this thing on? Because it's getting ready to be on.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Bell Ringer. My name is Greg. Your guest name today are Meenakshi Gupta and Francisca Ramoni. Together, they formed Buffalo Women in Agile. They both work in the tech industry as Scrum Masters and started to see this transformation of tech to a more collaborative environment and participated in the Agile revolution and wanted to make sure that women had a place in that revolution. They started Buffalo Women in Agile. Their first event was this fall, and they have another coming up in March. Awesome group and an awesome podcast. So, to start, tell us a bit about your personal backgrounds. We'll start with you, Meenakshi,
Sure.
at M&T.
So I started with M&T 13 years ago, and I've been in different roles, the most recent being in digital technology, working as a Scrum Master, and it's been a very rewarding experience working in the Agile transformation journey and learning the new ways of working. So it's been exciting in the last few years how M&T has transformed over the years from a different style of working and trying to adapt new ways of working.
And how about you, Francisca?
So I joined M&T in August 2019 as a Scrum Master.
Okay.
And I've been so excited on the journey of transformation and seeing how the teams work together, collaborate into the transformation space. Right. It is making M&T be one of the leading, I'm expecting to be one of the leading tech companies in the US.
Right. And then we're here to talk about your group, Buffalo Women in Agile. Meenakshi, tell us a little bit about the group, kind of your elevator pitch.
So as we were going through this transformation journey in the past couple of years, we've seen women taking a backseat whenever it comes about change and making differences, and it's more of men you see taking the risk and being in the forefront of making any change. So that's what with the group of ladies we started talking about with April and Francisca, and how we can make a difference and make this Agile concept more known to women in our footprint, not just limited to M&T, but in our community, how we can spread the word of what this discipline is all about, and just Googled, okay, what is out there? And that's how we came to know about Women in Agile that exist, and they have so many chapters all across the world, not only in just United States, and we said, why not one in Buffalo? And that's how we thought about it. Okay, let's just create it. We don't need to be asking anything about it. We should just get together and start this group at a grassroots level and reach out to our contacts and start building over. So we started in October of last year, and right now we have around 200 plus members in the community. We had a first inaugural event on December 10th in Hyatt, and it was greatly attended by around 70 people or so, and Mary Kate Loftus, our director of digital banking, has sponsored the event, and she is willing to sponsor a few events this year as well. So we are really excited about it, and it's getting a good feedback, good attendance, and our next event is on March 10th that we are really looking forward to.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You're fine.
Okay, so for me, when I came to Buffalo, I'm from Dallas. So when I came to Buffalo and I went for the first Agile meetup, I realized there were very few ladies there, and Meenakshi was there and April was there, and I asked them, do we have any women Agile group? And they're like, oh no, but we can talk about it now that you mentioned it. And just to add on what she says, that is how we came up with this Women Agile group, to bring women together, because most of the time we see that people just think like it's men field and it's a men's world in Agile and not women. And so we said, why don't we bring the community together, form a women, Buffalo Women Agile group, so that women can meet. Not only women though, but mostly women can meet and feel like they're also part of the transformation. Yeah.
When did you move here from Dallas?
On August 5th.
Oh, so
Very recently.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
and how are you enjoying it so far?
So far, I like it. Other than the snow, I love it. I like it.
That's
Small community, very loving, very friendly people.
Right.
So I love it.
Awesome.
It's
Yeah.
not brutal this year, otherwise some years it's been really bad.
Yeah.
That's
got
what
a
people
little
tell
lucky.
me, that
Yeah.
I'm lucky that I'm here and the weather is okay.
A little bit, yeah.
Mhm.
So, Meenakshi, tell us a bit. I mean, a lot of different people listen to the podcast. What is Agile, the world of Agile? Kind of 30,000 foot look at it for those that might not know.
Sure. So Agile is more of adapting yourself in ever-changing environment around us. So how could any organization change their priorities quickly based on whether it's a regulatory reason or customer demand or customer changing habits? So Agile is, in its simplest form, is the ability of an organization to make its way, change its priorities based on whatever is needed. So it could be in form of Scrum, it could be in form of Kanban, SAFe. There are different methodologies, and right now we are focused on Scrum and Kanban depending on what the team is trying to solve for. So that is pretty much like a 30,000 feet overview, I would say.
Right.
And many organizations are struggling with that, because if you see in the banking industry, mostly it's all centered around customers, on what they want, how they want to bank. Do they really need a bank, or are there organizations without banks able to reach customers' financial needs as well? So the banks are really struggling and trying to find and make a spot for themselves. And Agile is a way where we could quickly change our priorities, pivot as quickly as we can based on what's going on, whatever is the risk landscape around us.
And you had your inaugural event this fall. What types of conversations are you hoping to stir up at these events? What do you want people to be communicating about?
So what mainly we want people to communicate about is the changes they're affecting in the organization through Agile. What is Agile to them? What is Agile doing to their organizations? How are they pivoting? What blockers are they getting, and how are they solving those blockers? How are they quickly reaching to their customers' needs, or
Right.
how are they meeting their customers' needs? And if there's a change, how quickly do they change and adapt to change?
Right.
Yeah.
And so you both work at M&T, which obviously is going through a big tech transformation and heading into the tower, hiring a ton of new people. But I think the cool part about the group is that it's not just for
Yes.
M&T. You're taking a community look at it.
Yes.
So Meenakshi, talk a little bit about just kind of that community effort and the grassroots organizing that you've done to start to build this group. I think you said you had 70 people at the first event?
Yes, and around 100 people RSVP'd, and it's a free event. And during the holiday season, that was a great attendance, I would say. Right?
Yeah, it's incredible for the first one especially.
Exactly. So what we started doing is we just started reaching to our contacts. I've been in the Buffalo area for 15 years, and I have built professional contacts. And even in my friends and community, I've spread the word through different means, posted on LinkedIn, requested people to post it on their page as well. And that is how we just started spreading the word. Even I got in touch with our M&T's PR, Mike Zabel, and he's helping us connect to different organizations like Blue Cross Blue Shield, Moog, KeyBank, HSBC, which other company, Synacor, and someone from in one of our events drove for 3+ hours to come to the event.
Wow.
And that's incredible, that the amount of word we've been able to spread. We've tried to tie up with local organizations like the PMI community as well. So as much we are trying to form alliance with different communities, we are trying to spread the word, and we just don't want this to be an M&T thing, even though most of the organizers have started from M&T. We just included someone from Rich Products as well. They have shown great interest, and she's part of our co-organizer as well. So we're trying to mix it up and to make it more as a community feel rather than M&T.
Why do you think there is so much support in the tech community, and specifically in Buffalo?
I think because there's so much support, because Agile is a way of life currently with many organizations, and it is what making the organization move to the next level. And so M&T being a big organization in Buffalo and pivoting or transforming to Agile, I think most of the people around the community want to emulate what the big organization is doing, and so everybody's ear is on Agile. What are they doing? What can we do it? And in Agile, you make things look simple. They're not simple, but you make them look simple, quicker, and faster to the customer, and everybody wants to do that. Give the best to your customer at the quickest time you can. And so
Right.
everybody is the community is looking at that and say, hey, I think this is the best way I can do to meet my customers' needs. And so let me go to the meetup and hear what other people do and how they succeed in this line.
Right.
Yeah.
And we talked about you recently relocated to Buffalo, and obviously are very quickly ingrained in the community and have met a bunch of people from different organizations. What would you tell folks in technology that maybe live elsewhere and are considering opportunities in Buffalo? What would you tell them about our cluster here?
What I'll tell them is they should not think more about the weather, but they should more think about the environment and what they can help build and what they can get out of Buffalo. There's so much going on in Buffalo, and Buffalo is growing. They're coming up, and technology is one of the main things which will take it to that level it needs to be. So in as much as people think about there's so much snow, it's so cold, when you enjoy and you see the fruits of what is going on in technology, you'll appreciate your being in Buffalo. It's a small community. Everywhere, everything is 20 minutes away. There's public transportation, which is very efficient. And even when there's snow, unlike Dallas, I will not go anywhere. Here, I can go anywhere regardless of the weather.
Right.
So that's the good part of it. And when you love what you do and you're part of a transformation and you see the fruits of the transformation, then you are happy that you made the choice to move to Buffalo.
Right. I mean, actually, you've been here in the professional community for 15 years?
Yes,
You said?
definitely, yeah.
What's something you wish people knew about Buffalo's tech scene if you've kind of seen its transformation from what it was to now what it's starting to become, and it seems like picking up a lot of momentum?
Yeah, it's more of the leadership that we have right now at M&T that's really driving this change and trying to take a look at a different perspective, not just transforming the bank, but transforming the community. They want this to be a tech hub starting from Seneca 1 to the Buffalo Niagara campus. We just want this to be a tech corridor where different companies take interest and try to open the shops here, and even reaching out to the different universities. The amazing work that we are doing right now is trying to make this a talent pool of tech resources by reaching out to different colleges or different training facilities. We have M&T Tech Academy as well open up, where even internal employees who've not been so much inclined towards technology might even think of making a career option to be more tech focused. So all of these options that are opening up has really inclined people to think of more of technology. And even in 13 years of M&T, in the last 2 years I've been in the technology division. I was mostly on the business side, and then listening about all of this change really attracted me that it's not that I have to have a technological background to be in the technology team. I can learn and grow and try to add value in that fashion as well.
And more generally, where do you see the industry in Buffalo headed as you've seen that change and even made the switch yourself from the business side to more of the tech side?
Yeah, it has a great potential, definitely. It's about adapting and pitching it in the right way. We have a great talent resource. It's more of attracting people from outside of Buffalo as well and making options more attractive for everyone, that this is the place to be. And the weather should not scare anyone. There is so much nicer things around to see with people and options and opportunities and great food as well. So, yeah.
Great.
And I think the community is diverse too, because when you talk about Buffalo, you don't think like the diversity you see here, but it's a very diverse community, diverse in all ways. You can find any type of food you want, any type of entertainment you need, any type of anything you think you can be able to
get in a big city.
Get in a big city, you'll get it here.
Right.
You know, most of the time you're worried like, will I get my type of food? Will I get my type of entertainment? But it's all here.
Right.
Yeah, you just have to make it work for yourself.
That's great.
Yeah.
You guys have another event coming up, right?
Yes, on March 10th. We're really excited about it. Yeah, so the plan for this event we're looking for is we're inviting some speakers over to talk about some critical Agile topics they want to share with the community, and introduce our new co-organizers, Jackie Nairo and Brenda Palmer. So, yeah, it will be in Hyatt as well, and the CEO, newly appointed CEO from 43 North, Colleen Heidinger, she will be making a presence and kicking off the event as well. So we're really excited about it.
Right. And how can folks that are interested get in contact with you or find the group?
So we have our meetup group set up, and you can search through Buffalo Women in Agile group, and we have our event named as Lightning Talks in the Sunroom.
Great.
And we can also find it in LinkedIn. We are posting it in LinkedIn for
In
people.
our pages as well.
Yes, in our pages, so people who want to join or want to look at it can be able to see it and join and come and visit with us and share experiences with them.
Great.
And you as well shared it on Be in Buffalo, so thank you for doing that.
Yeah, of course.
Appreciate
We're
it.
excited to help push it out. It's an awesome initiative that you guys are leading up.
Thank you.
So before I let you go, we have a couple Blizzard round questions for you. We'll
Oh
go
my gosh.
around the circle, Meenakshi, then Francisca. If you were a flavor of ice cream, what would you be?
I would be chocolate because that's my favorite flavor, and it has variety too. Yeah.
I'll be the vanilla, and because vanilla is like a plain open flavor, and anybody can enjoy it anytime.
Blank canvas.
Yeah.
Okay. Book or TV show that you'd recommend?
The book I recently read was The Great Scrum Master, so by Jeff Watts, and it was really good, informational for me on what Scrum Masters can do. It's not just being a Scrum Master to solve something. You can always have room for improvement to make it better. Yeah.
For me, a book, and I'm currently reading that, is Crucial Conversation. And as a Scrum Master, you tend to have those crucial conversations because everybody wants to know why is your way better than the way I've been doing stuff. And so that book is giving me the pointers and the tidbits of how I can engage in a conversation without confrontation, so that you can be able to influence and talk to somebody in a nice manner for them to understand why Agile is important.
Text or phone call?
Text.
Phone call.
Bills or Sabres?
Bills.
Save us.
Hiking or skiing?
I don't know how to ski, so hiking.
Hiking too.
And last question, chicken wings, drumstick or flat?
Flat.
Chicken wings.
Chicken wing, do you want the drumstick or the flat?
Drumstick.
Drumstick, okay,
Yeah.
good pick. Thank you so much for your time.
Awesome.
Thank you so
for
much.
having us. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Bellringer is a podcast by Invest Buffalo Niagara, the region's privately funded, nonprofit marketing and economic development organization. Please rate this podcast, follow our social media channels, and read our blog at buffaloniagara.org for the best of Buffalo Niagara. Come grow your business with us.